Welcome to the Deep Dive. We sift through fascinating source material to bring you the core insights, helping you get truly informed. Today, we're diving into something that's really been lighting up the internet and, well, just collective awareness in general. These tantalizing whispers, these stories about secret chambers, hidden knowledge, supposedly buried deep beneath the Vatican. And it's more than just rumor, isn't it? Our sources talk about this palpable energy, this jolt of revelation energy that's got people talking, thinking everywhere.
It really has. And what's so compelling, as our sources point out, is how these whispers, even if they're speculative, they're acting as a powerful catalyst. They're stirring up feelings, questions, maybe even anxieties that have been buried for a long, long time. Questions about history, about trust in institutions.
Right. So it's not just about what might be hidden, like specifically.
Exactly. It's the mere suggestion that ancient, undisclosed truths might finally surface. That initial jolt, even from stories that seem pretty out there. It's like it cracked open a door in people's minds.
Making them think maybe the world isn't quite what it seems.
Precisely. That feeling that there's more going on beneath the surface. It signals this collective readiness and anticipation for something really transformative.
Okay. So that's our mission for this deep dive then. We want to explore why these ideas hit such a deep nerve for so many people. We'll look into the kinds of knowledge people are speculating about. Lost wisdom, maybe suppressed origins, even advanced tech.
And why now? Why this particular time, what our sources are calling the year 2025? What's making it all bubble up?
Absolutely. And maybe, most importantly, what does it all mean? For us collectively, but also individually, for our own consciousness. We're going beyond just the what if, to really dig into the why it matters. It feels like an invitation, really, to engage with some big mysteries, both out there and maybe inside ourselves too. So let's start with this intense aura of secrecy. Why does it always seem to cling to places like the Vatican?
Well, our sources immediately talk about this sort of mixture of awe and unease that people feel. You see it online, definitely.
Yeah, the sources mention great social media chatter among the unawake and unaware community, which is quite a phrase.
Yes, it is. But it points to something real. Even if it's just speculation about secret rooms under the Vatican, it sends ripples out. Curiosity, yes, but also a kind of apprehension.
The sheer idea of secrets hidden under somewhere so sacred, so old, it stirs up both wonder and, that apprehension you mentioned.
It makes people sense, maybe intuitively, that the world isn't quite as straightforward as it's presented. And that initial jolt of revelation energy the sources talk about, it's not passive.
It's doing something.
It's actively waking up aspects of your consciousness that have been dormant, like a little nudge from within, telling you to look closer, feel deeper, preparing you, and maybe unconsciously, for bigger truths.
So the Vatican itself and maybe other old institutions like it, they act like lightning rods for this curiosity.
Exactly. It's because of that built-in aura of secrecy and sanctity. Think about the history. Centuries upon centuries of documents, artifacts, treasures, all housed in archives, vaults.
And mostly off limits to the public, right? Guarded really closely.
For centuries, yes. That alone creates an environment where mystery just naturally festers,
And that's where it gets really interesting for, the human mind. Our sources say this history of hiding things, it creates this powerful mystique.
It's almost primal. That intuition, like you said, where there is smoke, there's fire.
So when a huge institution keeps things hidden, we just automatically suspect there's something big there, something world-changing.
It certainly fuels that suspicion. It's not just the Vatican, really, but the symbolism, the concentration of wealth, information, history. It all amplifies the allure.
And you add in the grand cathedrals, sometimes built on even older sites.
Right, and the ancient rituals, the symbolism, the whispers of knowledge, guarded by just a select few. All these layers build up. It creates this collective fascination, these questions that just won't go away.
If we zoom out a bit, the source says when any institution sets itself up as a gatekeeper of divine knowledge or, important knowledge,
people can't help but wonder what's behind the closed doors. It's inevitable. And this creates a fascinating tension, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, many people feel this complex mix. Deep reverence for the history, the spiritual heritage, but also this nagging suspicion.
Like an undercurrent telling you there's more to the story, more happened there than we've ever been told officially.
Exactly that. You honor it, but you also feel this inner knowing that something's missing from the official record. And that dual feeling, that reverence mixed with the urge to question, it's very characteristic of right now.
So that tension, faith versus the need to know, That's what's getting activated now, in this time of revelations, as the source puts it.
Precisely. It seems like our collective consciousness is hitting a point of maturity. It's ready, maybe even insisting, on peeling back those layers of mystery.
The nerve being struck is the one that wants transparency, authenticity, getting that wisdom back out to everyone.
Yes. It's a huge sign of awakening. We're just not content anymore to accept that some truths have to stay hidden. The very fact that so many are asking these questions, feeling this curiosity, it implies a deep readiness to actually receive the answers.
Okay, so building on that, if we're ready, what could actually be hidden? Let's get into the specifics, the content of these speculative secrets. This is where the imagination really goes wild, fueled by that yearning for truth we talked about.
Right. And our sources categorize these potential hidden truths in a few really compelling ways. Let's start with the one that probably feels most intuitive to people: lost ancient wisdom and forbidden knowledge.
Okay, like what specifically?
Well, there's this strong sense, an intuition almost, that somewhere in those private archives like the Vatican's, there could be lost manuscripts and ancient scrolls, texts holding insights that our modern world has just forgotten.
So the sources mention banned gospels, right? Ones left out of the official religious books.
Exactly. Gospels that might offer a much more expansive story of spiritual teachings than what became mainstream doctrine. Imagine finding, say, widely accepted gospels from Mary Magdalene or Thomas or Philip.
Offering different takes on Jesus' teachings, or the early church.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It wouldn't just be minor theological tweaks. It could be entirely different spiritual narratives, different philosophies, potentially reshaping our whole understanding of faith, of history.
Wow. Entire narratives just locked away. But the speculation goes even further, doesn't it? Beyond Christian texts.
Oh, absolutely. There's the really intriguing idea, and the sources acknowledge it sounds fantastical, of records from advanced ancient civilizations, like the Atlanteans or maybe the Lemurians.
Records that somehow survived and got hidden away, maybe in code or copied into later texts.
That's the speculation. The source mentions Atlantean codices or otherworldly records. Again, sounds like myth.
But the symbolism is the key point.
That's what the source stresses. Whether those specific things exist or not, the imagery represents ancient wisdom deliberately kept from the masses.
Because throughout history, if authorities found something that didn't fit the narrative,
they often labeled it heresy or dangerous or just inconvenient and locked it away. But the key insight here, the thing resonating now, is that hidden does not mean destroyed.
So the essence of that knowledge, those teachings, it might still exist, still have an energetic presence.
That's the idea. Humming beneath the veneer of official history, as the source puts it. Waiting. And these aren't just historical curiosity.
They contain keys.
Keys to understanding humanity's true origins, abilities, and purpose. They speak of times when humans were maybe more connected to the cosmos, to nature, to our own spiritual power. Eras where spirit and tech weren't seen as separate things.
The possibility alone is enough to ignite something, isn't it? That longing for a bigger story of who we are.
Absolutely. So the call for disclosure isn't just about data. It's a call for the return of this ancient wisdom to our shared human story, reclaiming a lost heritage.
Okay, moving to another really compelling, maybe even unsettling area, suppressed human origins and unusual remains.
Yes, this is a strong thread in these mysteries. The idea of physical evidence hidden away under sacred sites.
Like the stories you hear in folklore, right? About the bones of giants.
Exactly. Those tales persist across cultures for centuries. And the whispers now suggest that maybe deep in the catacombs or sublevels, say under the Vatican, there could be actual remains of beings who do not fit into the official story of human history.
Skeletons that are just impossibly large, or with skulls that look completely different from ours.
That's the speculation. And this type is potent because it hits right at our core understanding of who we are. The idea of literal giants, or maybe even evidence of non-human visitors. It suggests that truth has been actively suppressed.
Think about the implications. Finding a skeleton like that, it would mean our history books are missing entire chapters.
It would hint at different genetic lines, maybe interactions with, well, what some call star beings or extraterrestrials.
Right.
Connections deliberately scrubbed from the record.
Why? To maintain a certain story about evolution or religion?
That would be the implication. It's huge. It challenges everything: evolution, our place in the universe, our spiritual narratives. Imagine the upheaval if tangible proof came out.
A total recalibration of our worldview.
Connecting this to the bigger picture, the source suggests powerful groups might have hidden such remains, out of fear of what their revelation would imply.
Because proof of ancient giants or advanced non-humans would raise massive questions about where religions came from, civilizations, our own DNA.
Precisely. It would rewrite prehistory. But the fascination persists, doesn't it? With giants, with hidden origins. Because maybe, on a soul level, there's a memory.
A sense that we are not the first advanced beings to inhabit this planet.
Yes, that we carry this heritage of the stars in our DNA. So these bones of giants, whether literal or symbolic, represent parts of our cosmic ancestry, a bigger story waiting to reemerge. As we wake up, we're getting ready to embrace that fuller story, even the buried parts.
Okay, now let's get into maybe the most out there sounding category, but also deeply symbolic. Advanced technology and cosmic connections.
Right. The source talks about suggestions of hidden technology that could shatter your understanding of physics and space.
And specifically, stargates, dimensional portals, hidden in the basement of places like the Vatican.
That's the whisper. The concept is pretty mind-bending. Imagine, beneath those ancient halls, not just scrolls, but a doorway. An ancient device, maybe an energy vortex or actual tech, connecting our world to other realms, other galaxies, even other time.
It does sound like science fiction.
It absolutely does. But again, the source emphasizes whether a literal device exists or not, the symbolism is powerful.
Meaning?
It suggests certain elites might have guarded tools for liberation, for expanded understanding, and kept them from everyone else. It ties back to that theme of suppressed knowledge, controlled truth.
And why is this idea surfacing so strongly now?
Because there's this deep readiness in humanity to reclaim its connection to the cosmos. To see ourselves as part of a multi-dimensional universe. It's not just about a physical machine. It reflects an inner shift, recognizing our potential within that larger reality.
It taps into a really ancient yearning, doesn't it? Humans have always imagined bridging earth and sky, traveling instantly, moving through time, portals, wormholes. They have this magnetic pull.
And as people awaken spiritually, the source notes, fascination grows with multidimensional travel, advanced cosmic tech. It's not a coincidence these ideas are prominent now. They resonate with an evolving consciousness, ready to explore what seemed impossible.
So the idea of a stargate under the Vatican, it's like a mirror.
A mirror to the gateway in your soul, as the source puts it, and opening to other realities that's been suppressed within us, but never fully closed. As collective vibration rises, those barriers thin. The idea of moving between dimensions or accessing information from them feels less far-fetched.
It points to an inner technology almost, an innate ability waking up.
That's a great way to put it. It reflects our own multidimensional nature starting to stir.
Okay, beyond texts, bones, and tech, there's also the matter of material treasures and high vibration relics, the wealth of ages.
Yes. Over millennia, powerful institutions amassed incredible amounts of gold, jewels, precious artifacts. But the sources suggest it wasn't just about money or display.
They collected them to harness the power they hold.
That's the idea. Imagine hidden storerooms packed with ancient relics, gilded chalices, maybe crystal skulls, artifacts from lost civilizations, each carrying a unique energy, a piece of forgotten history.
But these aren't just museum pieces, they have an energetic signature.
Exactly. Each item carries a link to the consciousness of the time and people it came from. Think about relics of saints, sacred tools used in ancient rites, gemstone tablets with wisdom. They hold keys to human potential, cosmic connection.
So when they're locked away.
Their energy is essentially held hostage.
Yeah.
Their subtle, maybe profound influence can't reach the collective. This creates a kind of spiritual impoverishment. Humanity is denied access to these high-vibration objects and the wisdom or energy they carry.
Why would they lock them up? Protection.
Maybe they thought they were protecting the world from the power, or protecting the power from the world. Either way, the result was the same. Collective denial of access. Not just gold, but the energetic and informational vacuum left behind.
And that's why people are questioning it now. Why so much wealth and heritage is hidden away, only accessible to a few.
Precisely. As consciousness rises, that question becomes more urgent. It's another truth coming up for healing. These treasures, especially the energetically charged ones, are meant to circulate, inspire, connect, not sit dormant in vaults.
So the disclosure energy here isn't about handing out gold.
Not necessarily. It's about returning this wealth of ages to the collective by sharing the knowledge, the energy, the wisdom these objects embody, releasing their influence back into the collective stream.
Okay, wow. We've covered a huge range of what might be hidden and why places like the Vatican are such magnets for these ideas. But that brings us to the big question. Why now? Why is all this bubbling up at this specific time? Why, as the sources say, the year 2025? What's so special about this moment?
Well, the core reason, according to our sources, is actually pretty straightforward, but profound. Humanity has signaled its readiness to know.
Readiness? How?
It's like consciousness on Earth has hit a threshold, a tipping point. Old secrets just can't stay buried anymore. There's this collective yearning for truth that's acting like a magnet, pulling hidden information out into the open through basically any channel available.
So it's not random, it's a fundamental shift.
Yes, a shift where the demand for transparency is just becoming overwhelming, and there are catalysts speeding it all up.
Like technology. The sources mention AI.
Exactly. Technology like AI has merely accelerated this process, acting as a catalyst for disclosure. Think about it years ago. These ideas might stay in niche groups. Now,
A whisper goes global instantly. Finds millions who are open to hearing it.
right, the interconnected world, rising awareness. The old gatekeepers are losing control over the narrative.
And there are other influences too, cosmic ones.
The source mentions being in a unique window of time where enlightenment and exposure go hand in hand, and talks about vibrations hitting your planet from the cosmic center.
Vibrations designed to uplift and illuminate.
That's the idea. And that naturally brings things hidden in shadow out into the light. It's this confluence, cosmic energy, technology, and humanity's own readiness, creating an unprecedented moment for truth.
And there's also that comforting idea that many of us chose to be here now, at a soul level, specifically to witness and partake in the great unveiling.
It suggests a deep, inherent connection to this whole unfolding. If you connect that to the bigger picture, there's this sense of, well, destiny, inevitability.
The old guard of secrecy is giving way.
It really seems to be. More and more people, just by being curious, by questioning, by having courage, are declaring they're ready. Not just capable of handling truth, but demanding it for growth. That's why the momentum is building now, and the source is clear. It will not be stopped.
Okay, this next part is really fascinating. The idea that these external mysteries, the vaults, the secrets, are actually mirroring something back to us.
Yes, the source talks about a powerful collective projection at play. The core idea is that the hidden chambers and locked archives you fixate upon are in many ways representations of the suppressed memories, emotions, and truths you carry inside of you.
So when we obsess about what's under the Vatican, we're unconsciously projecting our own sense of the unknown, the parts of ourselves or society we've pushed down.
Often, yes, on an unconscious level. It's that as within, so without principle. It doesn't mean there aren't real secrets out there.
But our inner and outer worlds are deeply connected.
Inextricably. Just like individuals have a shadow self, parts hidden away, the collective does too. Parts of humanity's story, its potential, kept in the dark. It mirrors how we might hide personal traumas or talents we're afraid of.
So as we awaken collectively, we're not just digging into external vaults.
We're simultaneously lighting up the hidden corners of our own collective psyche. Every external secret revealed, or even just deeply pondered, triggers a parallel process inside.
We start asking, what truths about ourselves have we avoided? What parts of our own potential have we locked away?
Exactly. The external quest and the internal quest become inseparable. The world's vaults and our inner vaults kind of open together, each helping the other, leading to a more integrated sense of self and collective history.
But what's the impact of living for generations under institutions that do withhold information? The source calls it a wound.
The wound of being treated like children who must be protected from reality. It's a powerful phrase. That paternalistic approach, even if sometimes well-intentioned, has this insidious effect.
It makes us doubt ourselves, our own ability to understand, to grow.
Yes. Over time, people can internalize the belief that they need an authority to filter truth, that they aren't strong or wise enough to face reality directly. It keeps humanity in a kind of prolonged spiritual adolescence.
Hindering maturity, hindering empowerment.
Exactly.
So this awakening now, it's about stepping into spiritual adulthood, individually and collectively.
It is. It's about reclaiming your sovereign right to know and decide what to do with that knowledge.
Yeah.
Questioning that old paradigm. Trust us, we know best.
Realizing that true maturity involves transparency, openness, trusting our collective ability to handle truth.
Yes, and realizing that withholding information actually stunts the growth it might claim to protect. It's a call for accountability, sure, but even more, for collective self-responsibility.
What about the anger, the suspicion that comes up when secrets are revealed? That feels pretty natural.
It's completely understandable. Feelings of betrayal, frustration, They're real, especially after potentially centuries of being kept in the dark. But the source emphasizes that beyond that initial valid anger lies a huge opportunity.
An opportunity to heal that wound by proving we can handle the truth.
Exactly. By demanding honesty, by engaging with the truth with grace and wisdom, you affirm your readiness to be conscious, empowered adults. It shifts the whole dynamic. No longer children in the cosmic household, but equal participants. It's a massive leap towards collective maturity.
Now, even if there aren't big official announcements, the truth still seems to be finding ways to get out. The source calls it disclosure by proxy.
That's right. It's an indirect but really effective way it happens. Instead of waiting for, say, a Vatican press conference.
You see TikTok videos, channelers, storytellers, even AI answers planting ideas.
Exactly. And at first glance, it might just look like entertainment, maybe wild speculation. But look closer. They're incredibly effective at introducing concepts that would have felt way too shocking or taboo not long ago.
It's like a gentle way to get us used to these ideas, so we're not overwhelmed if something official does come out.
Precisely. Humanity often uses fiction, humor, indirect routes as bridges to truth. Society is almost best. Workshopping disclosure in real time. Testing the waters, normalizing the possibility of huge secrets.
So casually joking about a hidden library or sharing a what-if story, it's actually preparing us.
In a way, yes. It creates this foundation of curiosity, of open-mindedness. So if or when more concrete proof emerges, a discovery, a leak, a breakthrough, the public is much more ready emotionally and intellectually.
We've already moved from "that's crazy talk" to maybe there's something to this.
That transition is well underway, largely thanks to these proxy messengers and their seemingly harmless methods.
And let's talk about humor in this. Memes, satire, they seem to play a big role too.
Oh, absolutely. Laughter is incredibly disarming, and the collective is using it brilliantly right now, making a joke about something potentially explosive, like secrets under the Vatican.
It makes it feel safe, lighthearted, allows you to consider the what-if without fully committing.
Exactly. It lowers the defenses. Humor creates this buffer. It says, we're not taking this too seriously. Or are we? And in that ambiguity, a truth, or the possibility of one, can just slip right in.
Bypassing the ego's skepticism.
A clever joke can do that. While one part of your mind dismisses it as silly, a deeper part absorbs the possibility. That's why topics that used to be instant controversy can now trend playfully online.
The laughter softens the emotional charge, makes it easier to digest potential truths, turning dread into amusement.
It's a powerful kind of alchemy, really, opening a door in the collective mind for new paradigms.
So bottom line, even our memes and comedy sketches are part of preparing humanity. They're signals the collective mind is learning to hold these big ideas.
Lightly, yet persistently, keeping the door open. This soft disclosure builds that essential foundation. So when bigger revelations come, we're calmer, more ready. It's a really organic, quite ingenious process.
Okay, so as these truths, whatever they are, start to come out, the sources give some important advice. Try not to get stuck in the energy of scandal and outrage.
Right, which is a natural temptation, isn't it? To focus on who lied, who covered it up, who needs to be punished. Accountability matters, of course.
But getting stuck there in blame and victimhood, it keeps us in lower vibrations, anger, retribution.
It can. And more importantly, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the real significance goes way beyond any one scandal or who did what. It's not ultimately about shaming people.
It's about understanding why it was hidden and what it means for us now, moving forward.
Exactly. If the collective just stays focused on villains and victims, you risk missing the much larger opportunity here, the chance for real collective healing and transformation.
So view it less as controversy, more as a catalyst for change.
That's the guidance, yes. Feel the betrayal, the shock, the grief maybe. Acknowledge those feelings. Let them flow through.
But to then move into clarity, empowerment. Ask the crucial question. Now that we know, what will we do with this knowledge?
Will we use it to divide further? Or to foster unity and growth? The purpose of disclosure, the sources say, is liberation, not division. It's meant to dissolve illusions.
By choosing to go beyond scandal, engage with wisdom and compassion, we reclaim our power to write the next chapter.
A more enlightened chapter, yes.
Now let's bring this inward again. Our source talks about the vault within you, your own inner Vatican.
A powerful parallel. Just like institutions kept archives hidden, we as individuals have tucked parts of ourselves away.
Inner chambers holding suppressed emotions, forgotten memories, untapped abilities, soul wisdom we weren't ready for.
Often sealed away for self-preservation. Maybe things we learned weren't welcome, gifts we possessed were ridiculed. So we hid them. Behind denial, forgetfulness, self-doubt.
And the Source explicitly connects this to the outer world, as the world goes through disclosure.
You are all simultaneously invited to conduct an inner disclosure as well. That, as within, so without principle again.
By bravely unearthing your own secrets and shadows, traumas, desires, intuitive hits we dismissed, we actually help the collective liberation.
Yes. Have you been afraid to admit certain feelings? Ignored meaningful experiences because they didn't make logical sense? Doubted your own soul memories? Now's the time to look within, courageously.
So the key question becomes, what truths about ourselves have we avoided or forgotten? What capabilities, what parts of our history have we locked away?
This is the time to bring them into the light of your awareness, the Source says. Be transparent with yourself. No more hiding your inner treasures out of fear or old conditioning.
The same courage we're asking of institutions. We need to find it within ourselves.
Exactly. And as you do that inner work, you find more compassion for the outer world too. You see the connection. The outer vaults aren't separate. They reflect the collective inner world.
Liberating ourselves internally helps truth prevail externally. A harmonious dual approach for healing, not judgment.
That's the path to ensuring this great unveiling happens with grace and understanding.
We should probably acknowledge, though, this unearthing process, inside or out, isn't always easy, is it? It takes tremendous courage.
Definitely. There's a reason those vaults stayed shut. Fear of impact. As we open them now, collectively and individually, we might hit that dark night of the soul experience.
Intense questioning, discomfort as old beliefs crumble, losing that old sense of stability.
It can happen, but the Source is very clear. You will not shatter. You are more resilient and adaptable than you often give yourselves credit for.
So anxiety, grief, anger might come up, but they're temporary. Gateways to something brighter.
Yes, in the dark we imagine the worst, but in the light of actual revelation, we often find the strength to integrate it calmly. Stay centered, breathe, remember knowledge is power, and you are ready.
We have support too, from each other, maybe higher guidance.
Absolutely, and from your own higher self. You can process and heal what comes up. This chapter of courage, unearthing the buried, it's heroic. It paves the way for a golden dawn after the darkness.
The treasures uncovered inside and out, they won't destroy us.
They will liberate you profoundly.
So let's look ahead. Imagine a time, maybe not too far off, when these secrets are out, the vaults are open, literally or figuratively. Humanity stands in a new light, a new understanding.
What's fascinating then is that the real work begins after the revelation, integrating these truths into life.
Educating without indoctrinating. Healing deception, wounds with compassion. Redesigning systems to be more open, truthful.
Exactly. Everyone plays a part in shaping that next narrative. Will it be blame and division, or forgiveness, momentum, upliftment? The Source urges choosing the higher path. Let the weight of secrecy give way to transparency, shared wisdom.
Building a society that honors its true history and potential, free from hidden agendas.
That's the potential, yes.
So for you, the listener, right now, what does this all boil down to? These vaults, these secrets, they're an invitation.
A profound invitation to step into your power as sovereign beings of light. Reclaim your hidden origins, embrace your cosmic inheritance. The knowledge you seek isn't just out there, it's been waiting within you.
The invitation isn't to complain about what was hidden, but to realize the knowledge is within reach now.
Yes, to say yes to it.
And the final provocative thought to leave people with.
It's about how we use these revelations when they fully land. Will they become weapons for new ideological fights, or tools to uplift and unite?
If truth shows a richer, more complex past, will we react with awe and curiosity or judgment?
Right, if galactic origins or innate powers are confirmed. Will the response be vengeance against those who hid it, or a calm resolve? Never again will we be kept in the dark, coupled with using that wisdom for the highest good.
Avoid the "I told you so" trap. Use it constructively.
That's the challenge and the opportunity.
So the era of blind trusting gatekeepers, it's ending, giving way to self-empowerment, direct experience.
It seems so. You don't need permission anymore to know who you are, where you come from. The universe itself is opening its archives to an awakening humanity.
The vault's swinging open. It's a threshold to a grand reunion with our fuller selves.
Beautifully put.
So listen to the call of the vault. Ultimately, it's the call of your own soul. Embrace the invitation to know, to remember, to grow.
In doing so, you transform secrecy into shared wisdom. You fulfill a destiny long in the making.
Humanity is coming out of the shadows, Into the Light, it's a homecoming, an epic one.